This is the GIS Evening Report for Friday, May 24th, 2024. I am Sherry-Ann Noel. In the headlines, CBI officials from the region and beyond continue to discuss and devise best practices for the industry. We'll have details to this story and more when we return.
CSI, 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 no! CIS!
Welcome to Grenada, May 22nd to the 25th. Where will you be?
I will be at CIS 2024. Are you still sitting there? Make sure you get up and register for CIS 24 Grenada.
Grenada, the island of spice, and everything in it is nice. And when you think of beauty spots, Grenada really have a lot.
CIS 24 Grenada. See you there.
Welcome back. Licensed local agents under the Grenada Citizenship by Investment Program have welcomed the Caribbean Investment Summit that brought into one space CBI agents and stakeholders from the Caribbean, Middle East, Eastern Europe, USA and Canada who are involved. The summit created a platform to share and discuss issues that arise in the execution of the program in St. Kitts, Dominica, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Lucia and Grenada, along with solutions and best practices. Colin Bishop, founder of Reef View Enterprises, one of Grenada's premier CBI licensed agents, says it is happening at a time when there is heavy scrutiny of the program. This, he says, will give stakeholders and agents the opportunity to rethink and revisit the processes used in the various programs.
It is actually a remarkable event, and I have to give the organizers praise for pulling it off. We've seen here a lot of international agents, major players. In this time of scrutiny on the program, it's important for us to come together and charter the way forward in a transparent way, getting all stakeholders' views and concerns and making the right choices so that we can continue going on with this field that has been necessary for our economy at this point. We're very involved. We process the most clients that has ever been processed by one agent. During the Russian surge that we had, I processed 90% of the files, and that gave me a lot of experience. I went into also having a translation company to translate the Russian to English, and it has been a very intense 3 years for review. But we have, yes, very deep into this. And we also sell other islands such as St. Lucia, Dominica, and the idea is to represent the Caribbean.
Another local agent, Margaret Wilkinson, CEO of Infinity Grenada Inc., an immigration company, says while this is not her first time attending a summit of this nature, it is indeed timely and significant given the matters discussed.
From where I sit, it is a great opportunity for the Caribbean to come together in light of all the pending matters that we are faced with on a daily basis, not just immigration, but general matters. In terms of the program aiding us, I will speak for my personal organization, and I can say that my team, having to do all the research, having to understand due diligence, having to understand how countries operate, just the fact that some countries don't even have a birth certificate, like their household registers. It is an entire new education for persons who work in the industry and understanding how the world works. It's a different place. From the economic standpoint, I can only see the plus. I cannot see the minuses. Because for Grenada, we are very, very, very harsh with our due diligence. And Grenada does 7 levels of due diligence on a person. So you start at 1 and you keep going until you figure out if this person is truly worthy of having the citizenship of Grenada.
Also having a presence at the summit was the Grenada Cooperative Bank. Chief Experience Officer Will Von Granger says it was important for the bank to be a part of the CIS 2024, given the fact that it's the country's only indigenous bank. He says the institution is obligated to support economic development and wealth creation for people.
Our bank processes the majority of transactions that are associated with investment migration in Grenada. So this forum is an opportunity for us to collaborate and learn further of the industry's progress, the trends, and what challenges that it may have. So at least we can improve on our game in terms of efficiency with the processing of the respective transactions. Collaboration is key. The industry is a high-risk industry, so it is necessary that stakeholders come together to discuss whatever strategies that they can employ to allow for the sustainability of the program. Investment migration is here to stay, I must say that, and we have to continuously improve because we understand that there are narratives outside there, and we are the ones that are responsible to putting out the positive narrative of the positive benefits that investment migration has on our economy.
The summit also provided a platform for agro-processors to have their products on display. Moving along, Chief Executive Officer of the Investment Migration Agency in Grenada, formerly known as CBI, Mr. Anthony Thomas, says the Caribbean Investment Summit will play a major role in charting the future of the program. He says the overwhelming participation in the summit at the Radisson Crown Ballroom and the level of engagement from the participants through relevant, timely and interactive discussions exceeded his expectations.
I knew that we'd have a successful event, but the number of people who have traveled from far-flung places like Vietnam, for example, where it took 2 days to get here, I am really overwhelmed with emotion for the tremendous support that we've gotten from the international community. So I'd say 95% score so far.
Anthony pointed out, however, that there is concern regarding the length of time a prospective client has to wait for the process to be completed.
The extent of time that is taking to process applications, and there's a really good reason why that is the case. And then the other issue is the implementation of what's called the MOA, the Memorandum of Agreement, which was signed between 4 countries, Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, Dominica, and St. Kitts and Nevis, intending that there be some changes to the program effective the 1st of July. So those have been the main themes, really.
For IMA Grenada, he says a major takeaway is making the program more understanding and its benefits more visible to locals.
We recently rebranded to IMA Grenada, and with that comes an intentional attempt to create a significant social media presence. So you'll see us on Instagram, you'll see us on LinkedIn, you'll see us on Facebook, where we will provide information to the public in terms of the quantum of money that's invested in the country and the areas of investment that the funds have been channeled into. We have 2 tracks where applicants can invest and then apply. So you have the real estate or the approved projects. Largely there are real estate projects at the moment, but you also have the government contribution option, which is called the National Transformation Fund. And we have started to be really transparent about how those funds are utilized, the government contribution funds.
CIS 2024 will conclude on Saturday, May 25th. We take a break. More news when we return.
Grenada, this is your time to engage the Cannabis Working Committee on their role in shaping government's policy on the way forward for the cannabis industry. Tune into your favorite current affairs channel, radio or social media platform on June 3rd from 8 p.m. Putting the policy plans under the microscope. Hear their mandate. Ask your questions. The national panel discussion on the potential of the cannabis industry, medicinal benefits, economic growth, social justice, health and safety. June 3rd from 8 p.m. The airwaves will come alive. It's your time to have your say.
Welcome back. A significant milestone for the Granton community as the new Granton Farm Access Road was officially opened to the public. The ribbon-cutting ceremony, attended by local officials, community members and farm owners, celebrated the completion of the much-anticipated project. Dr. Stephen Fletcher, Program Manager of the SIAP program, says despite challenges like the availability of material, the contractor delivered on time and within budget.
I said to them, we must not lose any mature bearing tree. We must not lose. We must try as far as possible to save our trees, especially the nutmeg trees that was at the frontier. My understanding, we did extremely well on that one, and probably, if ever, we probably lost one or so. Nothing major, but we made it. Second thing we said to the contractor is that we want good quality roads. Very good quality road to the best quality possible. I was quite pleased when we visited here last week with a team from the CDB and so on. It was felt that we have a good road, and from listening to persons who have been using the road so far, it appears as though we have a good quality road. And the third thing we said to the contractor, we want this road bringing under budget and within time. Happy am I to announce that on every count we have mastered.
Minister for Agriculture and Lands, Honorable Lennox Andrews, says the road will benefit approximately 24 farmers in the community.
The initial contracted project cost was $2.2 million EC dollars. 2.2 million EC dollars. In actual fact, we paid $1.3 million. $1.3 million. So we have a savings, a big savings of about $0.8 million. I told you that this road was built by the people, because development must be for the people, by the people. And there were 28 persons from this community employed while this road was being constructed. And with that road constructed, 24 farmers are likely to benefit from the easy access to the road. And I was told of these 28 farmers, 8 of them are ladies.
Minister Andrews implored that the road be used only for its intended purpose.
This road is not for building houses. This road, my friends, is not for building houses. This is not for dwelling. It is for agriculture. It is for farming. It is for production of the food that we need to consume. So when war break out in Europe, or when there is pandemic in the world, we have enough food in this country to eat. So I make this point again, that this is a farm road.
Proud Parliamentary Representative for St. George Northeast, Honorable Ron Redhead, emphasized the importance of the new access road for the local economy and the agricultural community, as it will help revitalize agriculture in the area.
The completion is vital because it's going to lead the revolution, so to speak, in terms of farmers being able to access, as you've heard, more of the produce and to be able to divert the inputs into the property in a more efficient manner. I would like to place on record my appreciation to the team at the Ministry of Economic Development Planning et al. SIAP.
President of the Northeast Farmers Association is Mr. Evans Gooding. He thanked all involved for making access to the farmlands easier.
I remember as a young boy come here, we have to wait until the river go down before we could cross or go higher up. But today we can drive up to the property. And again, this project, we're saying that production would increase. Yes, production will increase. But you know what, Mr. Fletcher? I already get 10 years back into my life.
The project was officially launched last year and work was contracted to Sky Construction Limited and consultancy services by Barry's Engineering Company Limited. The project was undertaken by the Government of Grenada, the Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program, with funding from the Caribbean Development Bank. The new road extends 1,335 feet, aiming to improve access for farmers and enhance local transportation. And finally in the news, as part of the efforts to increase local soursop production, the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources facilitated a hands-on practical refresher training for extension officers and other technical staff this week. This initiative underscores the ministry's commitment to advancing agricultural practices and supporting local farmers in maximizing their crop yields.
I believe it's very relevant that the officers ourselves that we get trained in the area of soursop production, harvesting, pruning, and in terms of maximizing our production right now because of the demand that is currently on for the soursop. The newest thing that I am taking away here today is the actual use of some of the machinery, some of the equipment that were brought on here today in terms of using it effectively. I also am really intrigued at the pruning and the different techniques that we picked up here today, and the pollination, hand pollination, and the different parts of the plant. So I think that it is relevant that our officers know exactly what they are going to target in order to maximize the soursop production and how to use the tools to get that done effectively.
Renisha Jones-Charles, District Extension Officer, Acting Western District, who was one of the participants of the training. The comprehensive training session was held at the Grand Brass Estate, where a demonstration soursop plot is located. Agricultural instructor Sherwin Joseph welcomed the training as one that will equip officers with the necessary techniques that they can pass on with farmers.
We are training our staff to train the farmers, right? Our soursop market is an incredible market at the current time. Once we can up our game with producing more soursop, it will have a very positive impact for the entire nation. Today is very enlightening to see how much work we can be done. We can practice on our own fields within our estate. So when we go out to the farmers, we're not just practicing on your field. You will have practical knowledge and be assured that the technicians that come to your field will be fully equipped and well informed of treating and doing the best they can to provide you with more information and the ability to take care of your plants in a sustainable manner.
Pruning is one of the techniques recommended for soursop production as it improves air circulation and sunlight penetration.
When there is tree crop, it's very important that you prune in order to achieve maximum production of your plot. It could be any tree crop, but in this case, it's a soursop plot. You prune 2 times. Either you prune in the beginning of the rain season or you prune at the ending of the rain season. This to avoid the dry season, which is humidity. It's hot, it will damage the tree and so on. So the best time to prune, I will say, in the beginning of the rain season. So you have the tree crop, the soursop tree. It is important that you prune the soursop tree so that the tree could have a balance on both sides.
This training is testament to the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources' dedication to sustainable agricultural development and food security. It was facilitated by Lawrence St. Louis, Chief Extension Officer, Acting. And with that story, come to the end of the GIS Evening Report for Friday, May 24th, 2024. I am Sherry Ann Noel, thanking you for viewing.